It's time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show live on WBON TV and on radio at WEKY, WKXO, and WIRV. Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Wearhouse and join us here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Also brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair and Nuevo Vallarta. And now let's go live to your host, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Good evening and welcome into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show here at Campus Wearhouse tonight. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins here with you on a Monday night, folks, as we have a ton of awesome sports news to get to from over the weekend with big wins for obviously Madison Central on Friday night. EKU ends their regular season on an incredible game on Saturday, and then the men's basketball team doing the same thing Saturday night. So
that's right.
It was a very fun weekend
ball
for fans here in Madison County, and it started on Friday night, Samantha.
Absolutely. I mean, even though it was chilly outside, the crowd showed up, and that's what you need in those kind of games, and they played spectacular. I can't say enough and shout out enough to the O-line.
Yeah.
I mean, they were making holes for Brady Hensley left and right on both sides. It was a very exciting game. So if you didn't watch it, you need to go back on WBON on our Facebook page or on our YouTube page and just rewatch the game or watch it for the first time.
You know, if you weren't there or you didn't watch it, or if you were there and you want to go back and watch it, just the way the game played out from the get-go, Central dominated. And here's the thing about this Madison Central football team, and I keep thinking back to week 1 against LCA and those losses late in the season. I still don't think this team is playing as good as they can play, which is scary because they're in the semi-state game here against St. X on Friday night. But you look, I mean, they had a couple of sloppy plays. They had the muff punt. You had the turnover, the interception. So, I mean, there were several plays where
if they hadn't had those.
Yeah, I mean, the game it was a blowout anyway. But you take away the muff punt and the fumble. I mean, Adrian Parks on the opening drive, they're just running it down the throats of Dunbar, and Parks, who's about to score a touchdown, just drops the football.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they force a 3-and-out. Okay, let's do it again. They run it right back down the throats. 2 plays later, a 37-yard score for Hensley. So just really impressive. And, I mean, I said it last week. They've got playmakers at every single position.
Right, and we've talked about the O-line, but, I mean, a huge shout-out to the defense. I mean, both sides of the ball was spectacular, and even special teams. I mean, you got to give a shout-out to the Nasita kid, Trent Nasita.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing spectacular this season. So.
Yeah, and I think, again, the most impressive thing is they've really not had to throw the football any. Harrison goes 1 of 4 through the air,
Friday night,
2 yards passing, and they still win 43-7. Brady Hensley, 321 yards rushing on 28 attempts, 5 touchdowns. They get 71 yards for Parks, 53 for Harrison. Mm-hmm. The defense played great. I mean, just an all-around tremendous game. And
Hensley had 4 touchdowns the first time they played Dunbar in the second game of the season.
Yeah,
so he's getting better as it goes.
Yeah, and Brady, who on Friday during the day was named the Player of the Year for the district, and just an impressive season for this young man. 28 touchdowns for Hensley. He's got 2 receiving touchdowns, over 1,600 yards rushing. Just, I mean, the season he's had as a sophomore has been pretty spectacular. And I just look at what this team has been able to do. And I know Mike Holcomb is very humble, and all these coaches are. I mean, they always give the kids the credit.
Very humble, yes.
But
and he doesn't like to count his wins.
No, and I was speaking of that. So if he wins Friday night, it would be win number 300. And this is some of the guys from up in Breathitt County filling me in on this. Let me know, hey, it's going to be Coach's 300th win if they win on Friday.
And they were there.
Yeah.
They were there supporting him Friday night. How exciting is that in the stands?
Several people from my hometown, which is obviously Breathitt County, that made the trip up here. They were letting me know, hey, we're coming. If we get killed, can we come up in the booth? And I said $5 a piece, and I didn't get no money out of anybody.
They would have stayed warm.
It was a very fun night, and the crowd was loving it. We kind of thought that Central would win. Like, you look at all 3 of the playoff games, with the way they dominated the first 2 over Oldham County and Bryan Station, in which they were underdogs.
Yes.
They were the favorites going into Friday night, and they still took care of business. And I think that's the way that this program has turned around after 2 down years. You look at this, folks.
One game.
2 wins in as many seasons.
Yeah.
1 win in 19, 1 win in 2020 last year, to now 2 wins away from being called state champion. I mean, it's impressive.
It's been a very good ride.
You know, and I said the same thing about basketball last year. They're going to join us here in a few minutes. We are just absolutely blessed to be able to be a part of it.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Now, Friday night is going to be a true testament to how, Coach Holcomb likes to do the basics. He is an X's and O's guy. He is going to go back to basics this week, and rightfully so. I looked up some of the stats today of St. X.
Yeah,
their only
decent.
loss came to Mail early on in the season. So, they've got a quarterback that can run the ball and he can throw the ball. So he scored 2 rushing touchdowns, this past Friday night against Davies County. Let's see, what else did I write down? Their quarterback, yeah.
Yeah,
they've shut out 3 teams already this season.
He's almost thrown for 2,000 yards, 23
Mm-hmm.
touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and Jack Savory's also leading the team in rushing touchdowns.
Yep.
Over almost 3,000 yards from scrimmage for Savory. So the Madison Central defense will be very, very tested this year.
Yes.
But you look at some of the
This
offenses
Friday.
that they've played this year. I don't know if they've played one quite as potent as this St. X team. Now, Mike Holcomb's had a lot of experience against teams from Louisville. He's played Louisville Central in the past. He's had to kind of come up on these teams later on in the year. So he's no stranger to how these teams are. They're very athletic. There's weapons all over the field. But, again, I keep harping back to the fact that Madison Central has weapons all over the field, from the offensive line, which has been so good, the defensive line, the linebacking core, the cornerbacks. I mean, Brady Warwick's played so well on Friday night. Andre Smith has played well. The safeties, Kenley and Hensley, those 2 guys patrolling the secondary. Jaden West coming in at times. I mean, yeah, Brock Eads has been good. I mean,
he had 11 tackles.
There's weapons all over the place.
Right.
So,
and here's something very interesting. Think about this. St. X's only loss came to Mail. So you got the Final 4 in this Class 6A. You've got 3 schools from Louisville.
That's right.
So Trinity, Mail, St. X, and then Madison Central.
That's right. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool to have. We're the only standing team that can knock off one of the Louisville teams. So that's got to make you feel good if you're a Madison Central fan. Now, folks, listen to this. So if you can not make it to Louisville, we're going to be there for you, but you've got to get out there. This team needs your support. The good news is it's a 6 o'clock start, so it won't be as cold as if we were up until the 7:30 kickoff time.
That's exactly
so keep that in mind, that there will be a 6 o'clock kickoff for this game this upcoming Friday, Madison Central and St. X. It is on the road. So, for all those people that like to do Black Friday shopping, maybe you like to come around here in Richmond. You want to come here first.
That's
Maybe
your plans,
you want
right? You're going to go shopping first?
We've got a couple of things in the works. I'm trying to figure all that stuff out still. But, I mean, maybe you want to try to head out to Louisville and check out some stops or some shops down there before you go over to the football game. Come back up here for Small Business Saturday. There is a ton of places to go and check out and kind of plan a trip around this football game on Friday night. It is going to be so much fun. But these kids who have seen you up in the stands each and every single Friday night, the crowd keeps coming out there. They need you even more on the road this Friday.
That's exactly right. So 6 o'clock, like you said, St. X. We looked it up today, just an hour and a half drive.
Yeah.
The temperature's supposed to be about 39 degrees, so make sure you dress appropriately. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah, and the way you drive, you can be up there in 45 minutes probably.
Maybe. No, just kidding. But if you can't get to the game,
we're
going to have it on WBON.
We are going to be there live. We've got that worked out to where it's going to be on every platform that we were on this past Friday. So you can watch it on the WBON TV channel. You can watch it on the stream, or you can listen to it on the radio. There are 3 different ways. So maybe if you're going to be out doing some Black Friday shopping Friday night, you're going to be driving around Richmond, you can tune us in on WEKY 92.5. You can watch us on the stream on your phone, on your mobile device, on your laptop, whatever the case may be. Or if you're going to be at home, maybe you're unable to get out and about for those grandparents or those folks that are unable to get out and make the trip to Louisville. WBON TV, Channel 9. We're Channel 712 on Spectrum. We're 9.1 for the over-the-air antenna. We're also on cable systems in Estill County, PRTC over down in eastern Kentucky, and also Crystal Broadband in Powell County. If you are a Madison Central football fan, there is no reason for you, A, to be at the game or not to be at the game,
right,
or to watch us. There's got to be some way that you can be out there supporting these kids because they are going to need it
there
against
are
a very
other
tough
college
football team.
games going on that night, so you can listen to those, but watch this game.
Yeah.
It is extremely important.
It's going to be a fun night. I think that the crowd will get out there and support this team.
That's right.
You know, one thing I want to ask about, too, how is – you look at what this Madison Central football team has done. How is Mike Holcomb not Coach of the Year in the district? I mean, that's – and if he's not – how is the Bryan Station coach not the Coach of the Year in the district?
Right.
You know, that's
from
one thing that I have a question about because, you know, GRC had a decent year, but they were the last place team in the district. You know, Oldham County was good. Bryan Station was good. Obviously, Madison Central was good. I just think that if you're going to give that award out, it needs to be somebody that's really done something. And what Mike Holcomb has done, he's come in here and he has
taken a team that only won
two
one
games,
game.
and he's changed the culture.
Right.
I mean, they were used to losing.
Season. Right.
You know,
right.
it's just been so impressive.
Has been, and if you talk to any family member, any player, I have heard nothing but fantastic things about this coaching team and the staff. So.
Well, you look at the coaches that are at Madison Central and the resumes of Alan Feldhouse, who's going to join us here in a few minutes. Coach Roof, who just keeps piling up win after win after win, and now Mike Holcomb, who is a win away from 300 wins in his career. And after taking a little bit of a hiatus as a head coach, he got passed up by some guys in the all-time rankings. Now he's back,
right?
And he is starting to climb back up the ladder. You got guys like Dudley Hilton up at Bell County and Haywood up at Belfry. Those guys who were rivals of Holcomb in the coaching ranks for so long. Of course, Belfry and Breathitt County has that long-standing rivalry up there. Now those guys are ahead of Holcomb. He's trying to climb that ladder and reach where those guys are at.
He could do that with his 300th win.
Yeah, get over the hump
Friday
right there.
Night. How great would that be? Hey, listen, and we're going to talk to Coach Feldhouse here in a minute, but we got to give a shout-out to the other Coach Feldhouse because the cheerleaders won a region title this past Saturday. They traveled all the way to Somerset.
Yeah.
So pretty exciting for them. So congratulations to the Madison Central cheerleaders.
I'm going to have to ask Coach about, because he's been around the cheerleading thing for a while. You have too. My daughter just had her first cheerleading competition over the weekend. And
tiny little thing.
Yeah, it's I was up there and I'm like I saw like 600 different cheerleading routines on Saturday, and I'm like, man, I've got to figure out a way to learn more about this sport, so I can first of all know what I'm cheering on. You're cheering on the cheerleaders. I got to figure out maybe
you could get some pointers from Coach Feldhouse.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I can.
Over here. He was there Saturday rooting on his wife and the team. So I think he knows a little bit about cheerleading.
Well, folks, it is Thanksgiving weekend. We do hope you and yours have an outstanding Thanksgiving. We appreciate you joining us here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Tonight we're live at Campus Wearhouse, and they've got some really good Black Friday deals coming up on Friday. They're going to be open.
Walking around shopping.
Yeah, you've already got. I saw you hide some stuff over here. You're going to be buying over the weekend.
Yeah.
They're going to be opening up at 7 a.m. on Friday. Shirts starting at $3.99. They got a new exclusive Old Rose shirt, $12.99 jogging pants, thousands of brand new items in stock. Also for Small Business Saturday, stop by for Grinchmas, just like it was last year. The Grinch is going to be in the house, and I don't mean Samantha Burford. The Grinch will be here on Saturday to come out here. You can bring the kids out and take some pictures with the
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills. When you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins here with you. And Samantha, we're now joined by the Madison Central boys basketball team and Coach Feldhouse here with us. Coach, defending 11th region champions, I want to start there and just talk about how things have gone since you guys have won this regional championship and what it's been like kind of coming off that high and getting ready for this year.
Well, that year's over with, so we're ready to move on. Preseason practice has been a little bit different this year because we probably have more football players.
Turn that mic back. I think is it flip it there for me. Try it now. Yeah, very good. Good.
We've got more football players this year than we've ever had, so we're actually trying to practice with 10 players. We've got 5 JV and 5 varsity players, so that's kind of been a challenge. So, but we want our football team to keep winning.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to struggle a little bit early because once we do get those football players back in there, there's like 6 of them. It's going to be like starting all over here. These guys have already had 24, 25 practices, pretty much have everything in with them. And then you have those football players in there, they're going to be lost. So we're probably going to, especially we've got Mayo tomorrow night in a scrimmage with 5 players, so we're probably going to go through a few growing pains there early in December till we get our full complement of our roster in there. So it might take us a while.
Jay, I want to talk to you. You had the breakout year there in the postseason. You had the crazy game against Catholic U, and Will just the 3-ball was incredible in that game. So what's it been like for you guys as you now take an extra step? There's no Cole Brown anymore. There's no Braden Ray. You guys kind of having to step up, you and Trey, as being the leaders now and the experienced guys on the team as opposed to being kind of the underclassmen and the guys that maybe people didn't know as much about going into last year.
Well, to me, I feel like we got pretty prepared for that moment. Well, me and Trey been playing since 8th grade. We was close. So I feel like getting up to that point has helped us become more of a leader, and getting our teammates more involved with practice and talking more, and on the court and off the court. So I feel like we're pretty good as a team, team chemistry and stuff.
Well, same question to you. What's it been like, being the – tell him about that. I think that might's got a shorter. Let's let him use that one, then we'll pass that one to Coach too when we need him to come back. But just being the guy, what's it been like as you guys kind of take this leadership role?
All of us really have got to step up, and Coach always tells us we got to have somebody get to the basket more, and Trey's really done well doing that in practice. He gets to the basket, and then when he gets to the basket, people collapse on him, and shooters like me and Jalen helps us even more. So Trey always has been a great help to us, getting us more shots.
So we've got 2 seniors this year, so let's talk about that. Talk about your leadership and how this team is going to be different this year.
You got it.
Yeah, well, I'm new to this team, and they've been welcome with open arms. Starting to feel like family, second time transferring. They've really helped me make the process easier. So.
Well, tell everybody, for all the viewers that don't know who you are, give them the scoop.
My name's Robbie Todd. I'm 6'7". I'm a senior.
And his dad is the women's
That's
basketball
what I'm waiting
coach.
on. You're not going. We're going to have to say it for you.
My dad is the women's basketball coach at Eastern Kentucky.
There you go.
Where'd you play last year?
I played at Rowan County last year.
There you
Where'd
go.
you play before that?
Palmer's Dunbar.
Okay, so you've been arrested. You know about this program though, obviously, and the tradition that's been here. So talk about that. And obviously, with your dad being around here in the past, he knew how good this program was. So was that something that was an easy transition for you to come here and just be able to step in and know, listen, we know what's expected of me at Madison Central. We know what's expected of this program. Has that transition been easy for you?
Well, obviously I knew coming into it that every day at practice it would be a lot tougher to playing against tougher competition, and playing in the 11th region is obviously different. So I got a little taste of it my freshman and sophomore year, but now that I'm a senior, I feel like my role has improved, and so I'm ready to take on the season.
That's kind of good to know, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he's got a lot of experience. Before we move on, I want to know what it's like working with Coach Feldhouse. You've worked with different coaches. So what's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, all three of my coaches have been different. Feldhouse has really put emphasis on defense and sharing the ball, moving it, and he really wants to work with me and make me like run the floor and help me get good looks.
Trey, you know, with you, your position changed kind of last year. You went from being a big man to a big guard. You know, you were kind of leading the offense last year from that point guard role as a bigger guy. So what has Coach Feldhouse told you that is expected of you coming into this season?
This season, as everyone knows, we lost Cole Braden and Tayshawn, so that was a big portion of our scoring last year. So I feel like this year I'll have to step up my scoring role, but I'll still be able to find my teammates and get them good looks and keep my assist role going.
Well, we'll give the mic back to Coach because I want to ask him, you know, we haven't talked about football yet, but I know you and Coach Holcomb have a really good relationship. Mm-hmm. So, you know, what has it been like seeing the changeover with this football program? And I know that at the school right now, I mean, it's just everything is with the state championships
right.
and cross country, and then you got cheerleading and dance coming off of last year. It's just, I feel like the momentum right now at Madison Central is just incredible.
Well, it's just amazing what they've done.
Yeah.
I mean, to go from the last 2 seasons to win 1 game, both of those last 2 years, to playing in the semifinals of the state football championship. And Coach Holcomb, the thing I like, he wants his guys to play basketball.
Yeah.
And he's excited. I could tell that last year when we had our little run there and winning the 11th Region Championship. He was excited because he knew a lot of those skill players were out there on the basketball floor with me. And it seems like that's the way it's the most successful football teams that we've had since I've been at Madison Central are teams that had basketball players that were their skill players.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize when you think of Madison Central, some people think of a big school, 2,400 students, got a lot of athletes to choose from. But in comparison to those schools across the river there, we don't.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to share our athletes if we're going to be successful in both of those sports. And I think Coach Holcomb realized that when he got here, and I definitely knew that when he got here too. We were going to share. Of course, we've always shared. I've always had a lot of guys that played football, but this year a little more than normal.
Well, Coach, you're going to miss one basketball player. They're missing him on the football field as well. But let's talk about Kenyatta.
Yeah, that was a big blow.
Yeah.
I mean, his experience. I mean, he's played since his 8th grade season, and just the energy that he brings. I mean, he doesn't have to score a point. Just the energy that he brings out on the court, and all of his teammates seem to feed off of that energy. So I've already talked to him, and he's going to be at every practice and every game. He's just going to have to provide that energy from the bench this time rather than out on the floor. But that was a big blow for us. And of course, Hagan Harrison is still kind of up in the air as far as whether he's going to. Right now, he's still ineligible. So if it remains that way, he'll be a heck of a JV player. That's all I can say. He just won't be able to play varsity basketball. Yeah. Of course, we'll have him back for next year. And, of course, Hagan's made all the difference in the world for our football team. So that's still kind of up in the air. But, I mean, that's somebody that we were counting on. So if you don't have Hagan, you don't have Kenyatta, there goes most of our depth. So we're going to have to develop some depth from some other people.
You know, one thing that I wanted to ask you about too, there's always like hearing about some guys that maybe people haven't heard of before. So talk about some of those guys that you're going to rely on, especially earlier in the year while you're waiting on these football guys to come back and get ready to play. Some of those guys that are going to get some early minutes for you.
Well, I mean, Parker Mullins has been a godsend. I'll just tell you during this preseason. Of course, he was our freshman and JV point guard last year, and he was probably, in all the years that I've been coaching, he was probably one of the smartest freshmen that's ever come into our program defensively. I mean, usually when we get those freshmen, we're starting from scratch defensively, and he's never out of position. He's one of those players you never have to get on for making mental mistakes. He's always in the right position. He's fit in perfectly with these 4 guys during preseason practice. So we're kind of throwing him to the wolves tomorrow night against Louisville Mayo, who's probably, if not the best, the second best team in the state of Kentucky. But I don't worry about Parker. I mean, he's a tough kid, so he's definitely going to step in there and get us some quality minutes until we get our football players in there. And of course, Jaden West, when football's over with, I mean, we expect him to step in there. Big Malachi, I expect him to be totally different from last year. I mean, he's lost 40 pounds from when we had him last year after football was over with. So I think he's going to be able to move up and down the floor a lot more and give us some varsity minutes too. And there's a couple others that we hope come out that I think could help us too. So
okay, there you go.
Well, let's talk. I looked at your roster today, and I see a Ray on there. So a freshman.
Yeah, Landon.
Different Ray.
Yep. Tomorrow night when we scrimmage, we've got these 4 and Parker. If we have to make a sub, it would probably be Lando. We'll have to go to Lando because he played with us last year as an 8th grader. We're just very short-handed right now until football is over with.
So he's got big shoes to fill from his big brothers
I don't
year.
really want to do that to him. We're in a situation right now. We got to get through the scrimmage somehow.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we've seen Landon play. I saw him play in middle school. He's a different player than Braden was. He's more of a guy that can handle the ball and get to the basket, whereas Braden was known as a shooter.
Right. And Landon, as far as in that weight room, he's really one of the most athletic kids we have in that weight room. He's really worked hard. He's got bigger, stronger, which all of our guys have. But it's funny. Our guys that have actually lost weight, but they're stronger.
Yeah.
Trey, especially. I did a roster. I think last year he was 196. We did a roster the other day. He was 180 something. But when you look at him, you could tell it's just redistributed in the right places. And and Trey, I think, is the one that you're going to see the biggest difference in between last year and this year, because he is looking to score and he can score and he can get inside and make things happen. So really happy with his progress. And Will, I looked at his weight. He actually weighs less. But I think a lot of it last year at the beginning was the COVID stuff where they couldn't do anything for a month, and they had some pounds that were probably not good pounds. So now those pounds are gone. Our new strength coach, Coach Chapman, has done an unbelievable job. Our guys love him. It's taken a big burden off of me because I don't have to worry about what we're going to do when we get in the weight room because I just turn it over to him. And I think these guys love it too.
One more question for each of you guys before we let you go, and you've got Model coming on with us as well. But Will, you all had that incredible run last year, and it was really a tale of two seasons where it was a disappointing start to the year in the regular season with all the COVID stuff that went on, and then you kind of come out of nowhere and surprise many people, but not you guys, that you won the 11th region. So what are the expectations for you guys this year? You and Robbie being the seniors, what are your all's expectations for the team?
We expect to win an 11th region, which is our goal every year. That's what we should do every year, and we hopefully are a good defensive team. That's something that we always want to get better at, and we've been working recently on throwing multiple defenses at people, not just playing man or not just playing a certain type of zone, just throwing different stuff out there at them. And maybe we'll press, who knows. It depends against who.
Robbie, same question for you. What are your expectations?
Yeah, I totally agree with Will. I think first thing that we look at is defense. Like Coach said today during practice, we don't have to worry about the offensive end. I mean, obviously we will. We all can create a shot pretty much. And I think if we are a solid defensive team, then we can win an 11th region.
All right. Well, Jalen, agree with it.
Well, I was going to say, let's talk about the schedule real quick before we let them go. You've got your first game, November the 30th. You got a home game. But I was looking at the schedule. You got a lot of big teams, which is not surprising, but they're all away.
Yeah, Jalen, you and Trey too can talk about that. I mean,
they're all the way.
You're tough. I mean, and Coach Feldhouse has always made it a tough schedule. So, what are you guys thinking about the schedule?
North
and
Laurel,
the games
Lexington Catholic, Trinity.
Well,
we're going to play Mr. Shepherd, right?
Yeah, well, it's nothing new, honestly, because we've been going through this for as long as we've been here. But I feel like we just got to work together and play as a team, and I think it would all just handle itself. So I think it'll be pretty good, honestly.
Well, we just want you to play at home all the time. That's it.
Yeah.
We want to run the game. So.
We knew how hard that was.
Oh yeah. And Trey, I mean, same for you. I mean, you look at this schedule. Is there one game that you're like, man, I can't wait to play that game?
Honestly, I love playing any type of game, but Coach Feldhouse, he gives us a tough schedule. He tells us he doesn't really care how many wins we get in regular season. He just wants us to be prepared for that tournament time.
Well, guys,
you all play North Laurel and Scott County back-to-back. I mean, that's never easy.
Yeah, the schedule's not, but they're used to it, and coaches used to it as well. So we appreciate you all coming over. The season's right around the corner, a couple weeks away, so good luck this year, and looking forward to being back out there and doing some Madison Central basketball games on WBON.
Yeah.
That's the defending 11th region champion, the Madison Central Indians. We'll step aside and come back here in just a short moment, folks. We are live here at Campus Wearhouse. When we come back, the Model Patriots will join us. Coach John Morganson has really a new team with all the guys he lost last year to graduation, so we'll hear about some of the new guys who will be stepping up for Model this year when we come back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead take on new challenges, and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 2.49% financing and $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash on most Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then, in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Wearhouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Wearhouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Wearhouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best margaritas and fajitas in town. Doesn't a huge 32-ounce ice-cold beer sound great? Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins here with you as we are live at Campus Wearhouse today. Samantha, we're joined now by the Model Patriots basketball team. Got some players over here with John Morgerson. And guys, welcome in. Coach, welcome back over to the sports show. I know you're no stranger to it. I remember last year you and I, we were doing this on Zoom call because of all the COVID stuff that was going on. So we're really excited to be back here in person and having you guys on and doing these team previews as we look forward to basketball season here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're getting close. We got next week. We get it started. It's kind of nice to get out of the house, come over here and see you guys, and it's good for these guys to kind of get some experience behind the microphone, seeing what it's all about. So.
Yeah, I think when you look at the team you had last year, it was a very experienced team, and obviously you lose so many guys. We lost 5 seniors that were relied on, and they were very good players. So kind of a change of the guard for this model team. Just talk about what it's been like coming into this year with a lot of inexperienced players.
Yeah, we lost 7 seniors. Thomas got a lot of minutes last year, but Arena kind of came midway through the year, so we got a little bit of time. But then we had a couple guys that didn't participate last year that are back this year, so we're excited to have them back. We don't run like fancy stuff, so I think they've picked up on it pretty well. We just get out there and try to guard and try to get in transition and execute when we have the advantage. And I think these guys have done a great job over the last 6 weeks. I heard Feldhouse talking about he's only got 10 guys. Well, we got 15 or 16, so we're excited about having that many in the gym that can kind of push these guys, keep getting better. I wish we had Central early on the schedule. He says they might struggle a little bit. Maybe we should pick up where we left off.
I don't think you all play Central at all, do you?
No, we were going to play.
You play Southern.
We were going to play him, but he ended up being kind of double booked on a Monday or Tuesday, and he called me and asked me if we could push it back to next year. So I was like, all right, Coach, I guess you guys are going to be pretty good this year, so we'll wait till next year.
Well, the expectations for you guys, obviously young. So, what are you guys thinking? Like, what? And I know coaches set goals all the time. What is the goal for this model team this year?
Yeah, I think it's always hard to tell when you don't know what you have until you get out there. Yeah. So I think we'll probably have a team discussion before we start playing next Monday, just kind of see what their goals are. I kind of let the players decide that because it's going to be based upon what they put out, how much they work, what we're able to do. But I think you always want to have a winning record. You want to perform well in your region, in your district. We got games against Berea Madison Southern. You want to do well in those environments. You want to play well at home. I think we got 10, 11 games at home, so you want to represent in front of your parents that can show up and your student section that can be there. We didn't have that last year, so I think we want to have those goals. And it's not really about all the wins and losses that we get. It's just about getting these guys better from November 29th to what we are February 20th. And I think we've done a good job over that the last couple of years, and that's what we'll try to do this year.
Well, let's ask them. I mean, he's going to leave the goal setting up to you guys. So what's your plans?
Thomas, we'll start with you on that.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, like Coach said, we're a young team, and I think it's going to take just a little while for us to kind of get in the groove of things. I think we have a tremendous amount of upside. It may be hard to see it now, but, I think as the season progresses, we're going to, we'll be right there. So I think it might take, just a couple games to kind of get the feel of, kind of our team with a lot of new players. So I think it's going to take a few games to kind of see where we're at.
Well, having practice already, I mean, you as one of the experienced players already on varsity, tell us your thoughts on how you feel like this team is. Are you gelling? Is it working? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a couple guys. We lost seven seniors,
right.
But there is, obviously these two guys played last year. And I think we are, we're coming together. Obviously we've been practicing, for quite some time. And we are coming together as a team. We have obviously this week to prepare for our game next Monday. But, we are coming together more each day. So, I kind of like where we're going.
We'll ask you guys this question is, well, you look at the schedule. You begin the season with Williamstown, and then you got Frankfort Christian. That's back-to-back home games.
Yeah.
I think that's a big deal, too. You get some games under your belt at home and be able to kind of, okay, like now we can take a deep breath before we hit the road. Kashav, is that something that you guys are looking forward to kind of get some home games under your belt before you hit the road and get some games out on the road as well?
Yeah, I mean, being a young team, I think that we do need the opportunity to play at home to be able to gel easier. And I think home games are just a lot more fun and easier to, really get into the groove of the season.
Yeah, same thing for you. I mean, so what do you think about the home games, and how important is it to get off to a good start? Because you know that if you go 0-1 or 0-2 at home, then you hit the road, that puts a lot more pressure on you to go on the road and achieve some wins.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, personally, there's nothing more exciting than getting to go out in front of all your friends, all your family. I mean, everyone's there. I can't wait until November 29th to get out in front of everyone. I mean, the cheerleaders are there. Everyone's there. I mean, so just getting to go out there, getting the young guys out there. I mean, I think it's a big adjustment to go from JV freshman to varsity. I mean, I think you just can't even explain it in words.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just being home, the court you practice on, I think that helps a lot.
As a senior, what's your goal?
What is it?
What's your goal this year for the team?
My goal is, win a lot of games, score a lot of points. That's the primary thing.
He's an X's and O's guy. He just score points.
He just wants to win and score.
Hey,
win and score.
Put the ball in the basket. That's right.
Put the ball in the basket, absolutely.
Let's get Coach back on the mic. Coach, you look at this early on schedule. You got the games I mentioned. You've got Wellspring Gardens coming up on December 7th. You got Garrett County, Somerset Christian School.
They got a bunch of classics, too.
Yeah, on the road. And I played at a smaller school, so I think whenever you play schools that are in that single A like you guys are, I played at Jackson City. It's good to have games like that early on to kind of gauge where you guys are. Is that something that you wanted to do with your schedule, was to kind of get an idea of just how good this team could be?
Yeah, I think you want to challenge yourself with similar opponents. It doesn't do you any good in December to play, really low level, because then you're going to feel great, but you may not be very good.
Yeah.
And then in practice, you're not going to be working as hard, and you think you're a lot better than what you are. So I think it's great to, kind of have a bunch of 50-50 games in December, where if you play well, you win. If you don't show up, then you don't win, and you got to come back to work the next day. And then I think January is good for a lot of those tough games where you kind of have some growing pains, and then hopefully by February you kind of start to get some momentum and you see the fruits of your labor, so to speak, of what you did in December and January. But it's a challenging schedule. We play teams in the area. I'm looking forward to that Sayre Friday night game. I was telling the guys about that. We just rescheduled them today because somebody dropped. But I think when you play in the 11th region, the Friday night basketball games, that's where you want to be.
Yeah.
And I think we're the only home game that November 29th. So if anybody in the area wants to see kind of the
Monday.
first action, you can come out and watch us. Everybody else that plays that night around here is on the road, or they don't start till Tuesday. So I'm excited for our guys that, we could kind of open up the season that way and get them on the court and, kind of reward them for all the hard work they've done since October 18th when we got it started.
So in January, you guys have the All-A Classic again. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, and we get to host this year, so that's always exciting.
Yeah.
It's going to be in our gym. It's not at EKU, so, home court advantage there. We have a bye, so we play the winner of LCA and I think Trinity Christian. So we'll be scouting LCA and seeing what they have, and, they got to come to our house, and I'm sure they'll have a solid team, and Coach Hall does a good job over there. But, that's a chance for us. We win that, then we're in the All-A finals, and that's a goal that you set at a smaller school. Like, there's no excuses. Like, we're playing against teams that are our size. It's just about who goes out and plays better. And I'm looking forward to that in January.
Especially being at home.
Yeah.
You guys definitely will have that advantage.
Well, good thing for Scotty is there's not as many COVID restrictions as of right now, so he can kind of relax some of those. I know last year I felt so bad for him, but he worked so hard during that 11th region tournament, you guys hosting it, and did a fabulous job on putting that tournament together. And
keeping everybody safe.
Yeah, exactly. And it was really fun to see, just how that tournament played out, and with the fans that were able to come in. It seemed like that kind of helped prepare him and you guys for this All-A Classic tournament as well.
Yeah, he did a great job. There's so much that went behind the scenes last year, from the bus drivers to the athletic directors, just changing schedules and putting X's down in the bleachers so people knew where to sit. And our families did a great job of abiding by those regulations, I say. And you never knew what you were going to get when the road team came in, because you didn't know what they were doing back at their place, how people were going to act. But I'm glad we're going to have more people in the building this year, and it's going to be a great environment, because that gives energy to these guys. It's tough when you're playing in front of 50 people and you can hear your parents really well. Now all that hopefully they'll hear is us and their teammates, and they'll hear the energy from the crowd. But I think that'll be great for these guys. Looking forward to that.
So who's got parents that'll be up there hooting and hollering?
Oh, everybody.
All three of you?
Yeah, I'll be right there. So.
I'm one of those. I had the cowbell Saturday at the cheerleading regional tournament, so I'm one of those too. So both you guys, parents will be up there, families, hooting and hollering.
Well, let's talk about, for you guys, is there one game that you're really looking forward to? I know the Berea model game is always a big one, because, you get the Southern Central game, and then you guys, the two single-A schools, get a chance to play each other during the regular season. So is that a game, or is there another game that you guys are really looking forward to, especially early on in the season, to kind of give you an idea of, this is the game we can kind of measure ourselves on early on?
Like Coach says, Sayre, OCA, schools around our size in the 11th region, they always have a team that's tough around our size. It's just about who plays harder. Those are games that I really like, get gritty, get on the ground, stuff like that. And for me, especially OCA, I was back at Catholic, so we have a little feud there.
Okay, you got a little rivalry brewing there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Thomas, you've been here. You've got to get some playing time and some experience under your belt. So is there a game where you're like, something happened to you last year maybe, where you're like, okay, now I get a chance to kind of get some revenge on that team or that player?
Right. So I've been kind of looking forward to the Southern game. Obviously,
January 7th.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I know a lot of kids on the team. So I'm just looking forward to it. I think it's going to be, and I'm not sure if it's home or away.
It's at Southern.
At Southern, okay. So that'll be a fun atmosphere. So, it's going to be, like Arena said, probably pretty intense. So I'm looking forward to that game.
And the Berea game's at Berea. So both those rivalry games are going to be away for you guys.
Yeah, we were supposed to have Berea at our place last year, and it just never worked out.
Yeah. It was about 3 times that game got canceled, I felt like. So
I guess we were supposed to go there 3 times and never happened.
Because of COVID.
Well, we were healthy at the end of the year. The game just didn't happen. I don't know. And then some things were going on there. But we wanted to play. But then
it happens.
So hopefully then this year we would have played in our place. But I know some of our guys have already talked about it. Like, those are the games that matter to them.
Yeah.
And I know 2 years ago when we went to Southern, I think our guys, they got that district feel. You got the band, and Coach Newton does a great job getting all those students in the arena. And I think that's when these guys are going to understand, like, what it's like. And that'll prepare them for February 21st or whenever. But it's a special environment just playing a district game. They can get their guys there, and hopefully we get a little chance going back and forth. But Yeah, definitely looking forward to those 2 games for sure.
Yeah, Coach Newton, I think those big rivalry games and some of those bigger games for them, he gives away food and
just trying to get the crowd in there for sure.
He's doing whatever he can to get the students there. So you guys got to do that too. You guys got to make sure you walk down the hallways.
Get the fans there.
Yep.
Well, Coach, before we let you go, let's talk about the season, and if somebody wants to stay involved with model basketball, if they want to come out and maybe watch a game, tell them how they can keep up with you guys this year.
Yeah, you can follow my Twitter at model_bball. I put out their highlights when we win and let people know when we got a game coming up. But I just encourage you to come out and see our gym. We got a new floor.
Yeah.
They're going to paint it over Christmas break too. I think it just looks really nice.
New color scheme, a little bit.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, tell everybody
navy,
that.
K-Shaw's modeling our travel gear.
So it used to be blue and red.
Yeah.
So
but I guess this
colors.
is like the throwback. I think they used to have maroon and
the
navy.
maroon, yeah.
So now we got the EKU maroon with the navy. I think it's just supposed to be the tradition. It's
I like
special.
that.
We have a lot of people in the area that have gone to model that come back and watch the games. So it's kind of the throwback to them. We got new uniforms this year. So we got clean white ones for home with maroon and navy outline, and some navy ones on the road that I'm excited about for the guys. And we have a good product. We have great guys that work hard, and they deserve your support, just like hope you're supporting Central as they're making their football run. And come out and watch us too, because we got some great kids.
Yeah.
There you go. They start the season on the 29th against Williamstown. That's at 7:30 tip-off. And then the very next night, right back at home against Frankfort Christian. Again, that's at home against at 7:30. So get out there and support these guys. Follow him on Twitter, and you can stay up to date with all things going on with model boys basketball. Coach,
it's pretty lucky having new uniforms. Do y'all realize how lucky that is?
Seniors,
that doesn't happen
that's
very
a
often.
big thing.
That's right.
So,
big thing.
Yeah. Well, Coach, good luck to you guys this year. Have a great season, and we'll be out there doing some model games just like we did last year here on WBON TV as well.
All right, thank you. Appreciate your support and covering these guys, and hoping to make us look good. So thank you again.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. It's the model boys basketball team. Again, they begin the season next Monday at 7:30 at home. So get out there and watch these guys. One more commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk some EKU. The Colonels got a big win on Saturday, but did not make the postseason. We'll tell you what that means when we come back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 2.49% financing and $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash on most Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups.
And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop's Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Wearhouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Wearhouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Wearhouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserich.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best margaritas and fajitas in town. Doesn't a huge 32-ounce ice-cold beer sound great? Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, folks, it is time to start shopping for Christmas. Black Friday right around the corner. Maybe it's a new Chevrolet. Those 2022 Chevrolet is going to be arriving very soon over at Jack Burford Chevrolet. So get on over there. You can check out jackburford.com. See the latest inventory at Jack Burford Chevrolet. Hard to fit a vehicle in a stocking, but that would be a great Christmas gift. Also,
they sell so many at Christmas time. It is crazy. A lot of people
They've been selling them all year long, though.
Well,
over there.
that is true.
It's been pretty impressive.
And they, as soon as they get in, they're gone.
Yeah.
So, but yes, wouldn't that be? I would like that for a Christmas present.
Well,
even.
I'll talk to John, see what I can do for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get the hand-me-downs because the customers get first dibs.
Yeah.
So.
They're also going to have a good deal over here at Campus Wearhouse on Friday. They're going to be opening up at 7 a.m. The shirts are going to be starting at $3.99, a new exclusive Old Roll T-shirt, and $12.99 jogging pants. Thousands of brand new items in stock. Also for Small Business Saturday, stop by for Grinchmas. The Grinch is going to be here in the house. Bring the kids over. They can take pictures with the Grinch and have all kinds of fun. I was here last year, and my kids, listen, they loved it. The Grinch. My daughter, we've already watched the Jim Carrey Christmas movie, the Grinch movie, 3 times, and we've watched the cartoon one time. So it's already in full swing at my house with the Grinch. So on Saturday,
our Christmas
you can
tree up tonight. So
we've got 3 up already at my house. But when you've got two, my wife and my daughter both, who are Christmas crazy and Disney crazy, we're also going to be going to Disney World here in a week or so. So that's going to be fun. I'm taking the kids down there.
Not taking me with you.
No, not this time. Not this time.
I don't get to go.
Yeah, John
Next
said I had
time.
to leave you here at home.
Yeah.
He couldn't be without you.
That's right.
They're also going to be giving away some Morgan Wallen tickets here over the weekend. So you can come over here and shop. If you spend at least $50, you can be entered into the raffle there to win some Morgan Wallen tickets.
But you got to be here, right, when they draw for the tickets?
I don't. Kelly, you got to be here when y'all draw or just to shop? Just to shop. You can put your information down, and they'll give you a call if you are the winner of those Morgan Wallen tickets.
So are we allowed to tell people not to come so that we can win them?
No, they wouldn't want that. But
you don't want that, do you?
If you win the tickets, so you can give them to us, and you and I will go. They could do that,
No, we just didn't want anybody else coming in here because we want to win them.
Well,
so we're coming Saturday.
There's some really good deals coming over here this weekend, so come on out and check that out here at the Campus Wearhouse. And listen, we appreciate them. We come over here and just took over their store here about.
I know
this,
we take.
Especially
when you bring big basketball players and a lot of them. So and a coach. So we
Coach
take up
is tall too.
Yeah, we take up a lot of room when we do that.
Well, we appreciate you all joining us here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins here with you tonight. Samantha, a unbelievable win in double overtime for EKU in the Opportunity Bowl, and really thought that win, because of how it happened.
It was last second for everything during that game.
Scored the game-tying touchdown and the extra point, like in the final moments of regulation. Yes. Then you go into the overtime period. They fall behind. They score. Then going into the second overtime, they score and then get the 2-point conversion. So really impressive that they just kept battling. Parker McKinney had a tremendous game. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to be a part of watching that.
Athlete.
Yeah.
He's clutch. So when it matters, he's nerves of steel.
Yeah, and Parker's coming back next year. That's the big thing. I mean, this team did not make the playoffs this year, but they had
should have.
Yeah, I think so too, because they had a tremendous year. I mean, the Indiana State game, a last-second loss, literally a last-second loss. They went on the road against Stephen F. Austin and Sam Houston, two really good football teams, and competed very well with them. So I think that they deserved a shot. It didn't happen, but I know Walt Wells is super proud of his team.
Yes.
They finished the year 7-4 after going 3-6 last year. That is the biggest one-year turnaround in program history. What a year for Walt Wells. And you and I have talked to him so many times this year. He is so much fun to be around. And I know he's proud of his guys, but I know that they are already back to work getting ready for next year, and they expect to be one of the top teams in that new Atlantic Sun when the season rolls around next year.
Well, and they got to keep their heads up. They should be extremely proud of themselves. And like you said, they're already working towards next season. But, wow, not just proud of them, but they were fun to watch.
Yeah.
And they had so many changes around the entire football program at EKU this season. They made it fun for spectators, fans, kids. It was even fun for the team coming out the way they come down the hill. I mean, it's the fireworks, you name it. We could go on and on and on. It was a great season.
EKU basketball in action tonight at home, so go over there and check them out as well. And folks, we really appreciate you joining us. Don't forget about our other sponsors as well, the law office of Patrick O'Neill.
Yeah.
If you need legal advice, you can call Patrick at 606-666-2990 for a free consultation on workers' compensation, criminal defense cases, all that fun stuff over there in Breathitt County, but he serves all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. Also brought to you by Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue. If you want some good Mexican food, folks, you want to get ready for that turkey, but you need some Mexican food before then, go on over to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue and Bishop's Small Engine Repair on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. Go check out Bishop's for a mower. Maybe that would be a good Christmas present as well.
Absolutely.
So go over there to Bishop's and check that out.
Because what else do you get a husband that has everything? Get him a new mower.
Exactly. There you go. Folks, we appreciate you joining us here.
I can't believe this hour's over.
I know. It flew by.
I always worry
does.
about it, and you're like, it goes quick.
Don't forget about the great deals over here at the Campus Wearhouse on Black Friday. For Gage Hill and Samantha Burford, I'm Michael Watkins. Have a great, happy Thanksgiving from all of us here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Hey, it's a very special episode of Impractical Joke. That's right, it's baseball season, so we are counting down the all-time greatest baseball moments in Impractical Joker's history.
And we're going to show you some never-before-seen baseball-themed footage.
Play balls! Wait, too many. Ball. Single. Ball.